Jai Hind, Jai Bharat to all my children. I'm your Tulika ma'am and I'll be continuing with the chapter The Question of Trust. Today we'll be doing the question answer. Yesterday in our WhatsApp window, we had uh, solved some questions which I had given you. I think you have solved the answers. Those short answers I had asked you to do just to check whether you have understood the chapter. Right, children? You can write those short question answers in your copies. With the answers, you can write. Right? I've given you the uh, PDF of the chapter also, the message, the index you have already included this chapter in your index, the classwork assignment you had done yesterday's assignment which I had given in the class, that wasn't the activity. The activity today you'll be having it. Okay, I'll just see how much you have understood the chapter because everybody says, Ma'am, I've understood. Let me see how much you have understood. Right? Today we will be doing the question answer session. So with that, again, I have managed to make a PDF, but then also you would be well explained. Don't you worry for that. Right, children? Yes. A Question of Trust by Victor Canning. Now, before we go for the question answer session, I'll be going with a quick recap of the chapter. Right? The story is about a 50-year-old man who makes locks and lives with his housekeeper. He is a good citizen, but not an honest one as he commits a robbery every year. He plans his robberies in such a way that the money he gets from there lasts him for at least an year. He is able to buy rare and expensive books with it. He buys these books because he's really fond of collecting rare and expensive books. He plans to commit a robbery at a grange named Shotover Grange. He takes all information about the house, like where the family had gone, how many servants were there in the house, what was the name of the dog, the wiring in the house, the safe in the house, and even information like how much worth of jewels were there in the safe. The real twist in the story comes when he reaches the grange to commit a robbery and a woman claiming to be the owner's wife enters. He gives him an option that he will forget that she had seen him if he opens the safe for her as she has forgotten the code of the safe and has to go to a party. He does not realize that he is opening the safe for another thief and she is not actual owner of the house. He lives happily thinking that he is safe but doesn't realize the fact that he had opened the safe for someone else, that too without wearing his gloves. 3 days later, a police officer comes and arrests him, saying his fingerprints had been found at the Shotover Grange. He then realizes that he had been fooled by a lady who was herself a thief and from the same background as he is. He is sent to the jail and becomes an assistant librarian. He feels angry whenever someone talks about honor among thieves, as he had been cheated by one from his own community. So, this was a quick recapitulation of the chapter. Now, I will start with the question and answers. What does Horace Dunby like to collect? Horace Danby likes to collect old, expensive, and rare books. Why does he steal every year? Yes, children? He used to steal every year in a very systematic and planned manner. He used to steal enough to last him for 12 months, and so that he could buy the rare and expensive books, and he used to sell it through a secret agent. Who is speaking to Horace Danby? There was a woman in red standing in the doorway who was speaking to Horace Danby. She was young, beautiful lady and was dressed in red color. She was pretending to be one of the family members, or rather you can say he was pretending to be the owner's wife. Who is the real culprit in the story? The real culprit in the story is the woman who pretended to be a family member living in the garage. He cleverly acted as a family member and made Horace believe that she wanted him to open the safe just because she had forgotten the passcode. Horace believed her and opened the safe and gave her all the jewels that were inside the safe, and later she took away all the jewels. Now, the next question, did you begin to suspect before the end of the story the lady was not the person Horace Danby took her to be? If so, at what point did you realize this? Can you answer? Can you answer? Yes, one does begin to suspect that the woman is not who she claims to be. She was unusually calm on seeing Horace near the locker. Then she doesn't even call the police and also asks him to open the locker for her, even if it means breaking it open as she had forgotten the code of the safe. It is very unusual that someone forgets the passcode of their own locker. Right? What was the subtle ways in which the lady manages to deceive Horace Danby into thinking she is the lady of the house? What does Horace suspect that something is wrong? Why does Horace suspect that something was wrong? The way she walks up to the doorway, starts talking to him, arranges the ornament in the right place, picks up the silver cigarette box, and so much of confidence can make anyone believe that She is the only lady of the house. Apart from that, Horace had become a bit nervous and frightened when he saw the woman in the doorway, and due to that, he could not think properly. Right? Horace was a meticulous planner, but still he flattered. Where did he go wrong and why? The place where he went wrong was that he did not gather enough information about the real occupants of the house. He gathered all the information about the tracks, wiring, gardens, servants, and even the dog's name, but he still forgot to overlook the identities of the house owners. He even took out the information of the valuables inside the safe. Once he got into a problem, he could not even think properly and carelessly opened the safe and touched many things in the room without wearing his gloves. Now, children, it's time for the activity which I was telling you. Now, get ready with your notebooks and your pen, and I'm sure you are going to enjoy the activity. The activity has 30 questions, and all those questions are MCQs, right? Multiple choice questions. You have to select one right answer, and this will test that how much you have understood the chapter, how much you can infer to the right points of this answer, right? So all of you join me in the activity now. Here are the questions. You can just write the options in your notebooks. This should be included as your classwork assignment. Yesterday's work which I had given in your WhatsApp window, that work also you have to include in your notebooks, right? And this one, today the activity would write there as activity classwork assignment. In your index also you will be listing out this work in this topic, right? Activity classwork assignment, right? Now in your notebooks, you can just only number the question. Question 1, who is the author of A Question of Trust? James Herriot, Ruskin Bond, Robert Arthur, or Victor Canning. Now this activity I have planned out with an intention, children. Your next exam, very soon you're going to have an exam, and the exam would come in this format. You have to write the correct answer. Only you will write the option name, right? You don't have to write the whole option. Just write A, B, C, D. Right? Start writing in your notebooks. Start. Who is the author of A Question of Trust? James Herriot, Ruskin Bond, Robert Arthur, Victor Canning. Next, what did everyone think about Horace Danby? Children, are you enjoying? Please do write. What did everyone think about Horace Danby? Good. honest, both of these, none of these. Written. Who did he live with? Who did he live with? Who is this he? Horace Danby. Wife, friends, children, none of the above. These questions are just to test how much you have understood or how much you can infer to the incidents in the story. How old was he? About 40, about 50, about 60, none of the above. How old was he? About 40, 50, 60, none of the above. What did he study about the house? Before he went for a burglary, he used to study the house, isn't it? The rooms and gardens, electric wiring, paths, all the above. Now you can only write question 5 and the number. A, B, C, D, the letters, alright? A, B, C, D like that. Don't go to write the answers. The whole sentences. Answers, so you have to write. Where did the family who lived in the Grange go? Went to London, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, none of the above. Write quickly the answers. Write quickly. What was Horace fond of? Books, robbing, locks, none of the above. Children, are you writing the answers? Be quick. I want to see in the conversation chat box. Yes, ma'am, we have done. Yes, ma'am, I have done. Where was the safe? In the bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, or the drawing room? Question 8 and the option. Don't have to write the words of the option, only write the number A, B, C, D. Right? Where was the safe hidden? Behind a painting, inside an almirah, it was kept open, none of the above. Right? None of the above. Next question. How dash people are when they own valuable things? Horace thoughts. The options are A, selfish, B, foolish, C, lucky, D, fortunate. What you are going to do, in the blank you are going to write either A or B, either C or D. You are not going to write the words, right? Again, there would be problem in correcting the copies. So you should learn to write the name of the answer and the MCQ. The which MCQ, which numbered MCQ you are choosing for your answer, for your question. How did he come to know about the safe? Through servant, eavesdropping, a spy on him, a magazine article. Who is talking to Horace? Servant, Sherry, Horace himself, none of the above. Who was talking to Horace, children? Servant, Sherry, Horace himself, or none of the above. What was Horace's first thought? To kill them, to shout, to run, to blackmail them. What? Was he able to frighten her? The answer, whatever you want. Yes, no, he didn't try to, none of the above. Question 15. How did she respond when he told her to forget she ever saw him? Options: she forgot she saw him. She told him she won't pretend anything like that in future. She didn't respond. None of the above. Are you writing, children? How does he justify his act? By saying he steals from a good person, by saying he steals only from those who are already rich, they have plenty of wealth, by saying he is not harming the society, all the above. All the above, right? What happened on the third morning? He prepared a new plan. He ran away. He got arrested by the police. None of the above. Choose the right answer. What was the piece of evidence against him? His lighter, his gloves, his fingerprints, all the above. Did anyone believe the story? Yes, no, maybe, none of the above. Write your own comments, children. Don't just write what your friends are writing. What did the lady say about his story? It was nonsense. It was true. It was a joke. None of the above. What makes him angry? Talking about women, prison, then talking about honor thieves, none of these. What was Horace allergic to? Dust, smell of flowers, pollen, milk. Please write the answers quickly. Sherry is a woman, child, dog, or a cat. Where had the servants gone? Doctor, movie, shopping, to meet relatives. Where were the house keys kept? Under the pot, hung on a hook, under the doormat, in the letterbox. First complete. If you are lagging behind, I'll just give 2 minutes time for you people, those who are lagging behind. Then I'll proceed with the questions. Hope, children, that you are writing the answers in your notebooks. Hope you are doing it. Only you write the number like answer 24B, answer 25A. In this way, only write the numbers. Where were the house keys kept? Under the pot, hung on a hook, under the document, in the letter box. Alright? What color dress was the woman wearing? Red, black, green, white. How does Horace think that she was the owner's wife? As because she was confident, she knew the place well, or Shelby rubbed against her. Or the last is all of them. Why did the woman want him to break the lock of the safe? She wanted him to steal. She had forgotten the numbers. She wanted to see if he could break it. None of these. Who stole the jewels? Horace, Sherry, the woman, or All of them. Who is done? 30. What does Horace do in jail? He used to clean the floor, or he worked as an assistant librarian, typist, or accountant. Accountant. Now, I'll give 3 more minutes to wind up your answers. 3 more minutes. It's 1:11. Just 3 more minutes. Children, how you have to write the answer? Answer 30. Which option? A, B, C, D. Which option you want to write? You will just write the option. Do not write the words when you're not asked to. Like last exam, wherever you appeared for from your school, we had conducted an warm up uh, mm, activity, isn't it? Right? Are you ready with the answers now? Here is the answer key. I would send these answers through a PDF also. Rest you can see the answers, I feel so. Yes. Right, children? So, with this, we end the class, and I think you have all enjoyed the class. With this, I end the class. I think you have enjoyed the class. You have gone through the activity sheet. You have done it as I've asked you to do in your notebooks. And children, I want you to share your marks which you have obtained in this activity in my live conversation chat box. And I mean it. I want to see your marks, children. I mean it. I'm very serious. I want to use this marks somewhere. So please share the marks with me in the live conversation box. Till then, be safe, be good, be at home.